Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition adventure. And here we are greeted by our fellow players. And I'll let you all introduce yourselves, because you are all... What are you guys called? Well, you are all cloaks, the Lord's Alliance. So you had finished a year of training within the Lord's Alliance, and in case you didn't know who they were, they're a guardian order dedicated to justice, peace throughout the Sword Coast. And you earned this rank of cloak, and after which you were personally chosen by the Lion Crown, who's he's kind of like the king of the Lord's Alliance, and he personally chose each and every one of you to undergo your first mission. So what was this mission? Let's see. Well, maybe some of you know what it is already.
Yeah.
What could that be? Okay, I had it posted on the front page, but that's okay. Because that mission was to find a sage that had not returned from his journey in the past 2 months. And his name is Jakor Halon. And he was researching clues that would lead him in finding a temple thought to be long forgotten within the Fandalen region, which is south of Neverwinter. I'm going to bring you to a map. And I'm going to ping Neverwinter. That's where you all are, or have departed from. And you're traveling south along the high road. And again, with this mission, the research led Jakar to discover that this temple housed a sacred artifact, divine by nature. And the priest's ancient note states that the shard blessed him with great power beyond his ability. So the Alliance, of course, took great interest and had each and every one of you find this lost expedition. And you're going to travel the same road that they had set out on. So I'll let you all, ask any questions for the most part. And all can introduce yourselves along the way as you are on horseback.
Okay, so I'll go first. I introduce myself as Morn, a cleric of Tempest, a war god, and I'm a human wearing chainmail and carrying a warhammer and I believe a light crossbow. Just let me check to make sure that's my weapon that I have. Yeah, and those are the only weapons. I also have a shield with the emblem of my my faith on it. It's an upright flaming sword.
What does the cleric of the Tempest usually do? Like, what kind of beliefs do they have?
They follow the Tempest is a god of war, but they're not like necessarily a warmongering type of people that go about starting up wars all the time. But they're usually found where there are wars. They get involved and try to resolve them as best they can. But Also, sometimes when there's like an uprising somewhere or an attempted coup or something within a small kingdom or somewhere like that, or an area where there may be conflict arising, they're sent there to quell the uprising and stuff.
Okay.
Some of their beliefs run along the same lines as the Lord's Alliance, which is why a lot of members of my temple, my church, my faith in that are found in the ranks of the Lord's Alliance, and sometimes members of the Lord's Alliance that are just starting out, I guess, and that end up going into the faith of Tempest and that to get training in that.
Okay. That makes sense. Very good. So we got a war cleric devoted to war, and we're gonna go to Nimrio.
Yes. I'm a drow elf rogue, um, dressed in black, carrying 2 short swords and 2 daggers. Um, I don't know how much I should say, but my character grew up in Waterdeep, um, collecting information, selling information, um, and had a little run-in with some really evil wizards, and through that way got introduced to the Lord's Alliance. And he put his faith and loyalty to the Lord's Alliance since they gave him the opportunity to strike down evil wizards wherever they are.
Okay. Now, Lord's Alliance can be kind of biased to Drow. What made them take you in, trust you, I should say?
The guy who introduced me, who got me connected to the Lord's Alliance, had used my services in Waterdeep several times, so he knew me by reputation.
Okay.
Probably scouting out, used him, and then saw that he was really good. He could really take care of himself. He could get the job done, and like he had a try-out period without him knowing it with this operative by Lord's Alliance.
Great. And I would say he was the best of his class within the training. Same with Derek. Or I should say, same with Morn. And very good. And we'll go to Gilzair. I'll get it right.
All right. So during the 1 year, did any of our characters meet, or were we just doing our own thing out in the wherever
I'll let you all
training?
decide that, actually.
Okay.
If you wanted to mix me into your backstory or anything like that, feel free.
Well,
I don't
yeah,
mind if we
yeah.
knew each other beforehand for a while.
Okay.
I'm sure you saw each other's faces.
Yeah, recognize or whatever.
Yep.
So Gildair is a wood elf, but he's not like a lot of wood elf. He's a bit more, how should I say, of a recluse, because he spent many years out in the wilderness just training. So you see this elf, and he's not wearing like regular clothes. He's wearing tattered up commoner's clothes, and he's got bandages around his fists. And he looks a little bit worn, but not like exhausted, but just weather worn, being away from civilization all those years.
Okay.
Um, so what made him come out of this in the wilderness? He sensed an evil force rising. He wasn't sure what it was, but it was it was a good enough reason for him to come out. And then the nearest town was Neverwinter, and he started asking questions, just getting a feel for the area. Being gone so long, he's not sure what's going on, and that's how he heard about the Lord's Alliance and their goal to promote peace and to take care of evil. So he thought he'd join up with this group and see where it would take him.
Yep, just to prepare for what may come after you sense this evil force. Do you know what this evil force might be?
No idea.
No idea? Okay. How did it make your character feel?
Mm. He felt well. It was strong enough for him to come out of because he was in seclusion for 108 years. So this
Wow.
evil force was it felt like a force to be reckoned with.
Very good. And indeed, there is an evil force awakening in the world. And actually, throughout Faerun, a lot, it's a lot of there's an increase in like severe weather, a lot of thunder, a lot of lightning, a lot of earthquakes, and you see a lot of strange men lately coming through Neverwinter, speaking among themselves. A lot of shady characters, um, prospectors, a lot of merchants, seeking opportunities and adventure throughout the region. They don't know why, but there's definitely a big increase of what is it called? Like a quest for relics. It seems like a lot more of that these days, and a lot of people who are religious are holding on to their religion a lot more these days as well. Um, why? I do not know. That wasn't actually a part of this, but. And you have been traveling the high road south of Neverwinter for 4 days on horseback. And you are following a map that leads you on the Tribor Trail. And Tribor Trail, if you can see it on the map, it is east of the high road.
Yes.
And guess what? The weather has not been cooperative. Let's see. Let's put that on. Gonna hear some rain in the background. And so the trail has not been so kind to you. Uh, your horses are, tripping over rocks and uprooted rocks and branches and logs and tons of debris in the middle of the trail. So oftentimes you have to stop and go. That delayed you about 4 days. So you come to a point on the trail where the map leads you, and it kind of stops and it goes into the woods. The trail on the map leads you into the woods, and you're forced to leave your horses behind, tied and protected from the gusts of wind and heavy rain. And the map again leads you through the forest, and at the edge of the large forest, past a mess of briars, thickets, overgrown grass, and thick weaving roots, you've come to a small clearing. And the rain is starting to subside just a little bit, and the sun is starting to peek through the dark clouds. The clearing reveals immediately that you are standing close to the edge of a large crater, sloping down before you, revealing a ruin of columns and broken stones. Below, And you also see, in the crater, uh, at the bottom of the crater, you know, at the far side of it, a small cave entrance. So I'll just give you like a rough example of what this area looks like from a bird's eye view. I'm going to show you a handout. I don't know if you can see it right now.
No.
No?
Nope.
Not yet.
Okay. How about this?
Yep.
Whoa.
Crater.
Yeah. So you're at the edge of a crater and it slopes down and you see broken columns and a cave at the bottom of it. So
Is
what do
this
you all
cave
want to do?
man-made? Does this cave look man-made, or is it natural from the crater? Or
Zach,
unnatural?
from the distance, it's about almost 80 feet across uh, the crater. From that distance, it looks like it is naturally made.
And how steep is the slope of the crater? Too steep for horses, right?
It is very steep for horses. It is 80 feet at a 60-degree angle.
Can we see any signs of any other activity there? Have there been any other people there? Are there like backpacks or gear or such, or bodies?
You do see near the mouth of the cave, very slightly, I would say that you see like some crates, wooden crates. You see tools laying near the entrance.
But no people, no bodies or such.
No.
So do you guys wanna try tying some rope together to try to get down? It's 80 feet across, and how deep down was it?
Okay, the whole crater itself is 100 feet across, and
100 feet across.
and it
Okay.
slopes down at a 60-degree angle for about 80 feet.
Okay, so we can walk down it without too much trouble.
Yeah,
Take our time and take care, just so we don't slip. I mean, 60 degrees is a little steep.
yeah. Morn, if you want to use rope, you can use it because you have so much armor. It may hinder you.
I'll take my time and make my way down. Make sure I don't. I'll move like a little bit slower to take extra care in that getting down.
All right.
Yes.
So if you guys want to go one by one, you can all do that, and I'll have you roll a check that relates to descending. I would say maybe athletics or acrobatics, whichever is best.
Damn.
And one for more than two. There we go. And each of you are using rope.
Nimrul ain't using rope. He tried to climb down without.
Okay, Nimrod, since that the terrain is very rough, it's very easy to slip on loose rock
Mm.
and slide on the thick mud that came from the heavy rains over the night. You have cut yourself on some sharp rock. descending down. And it hurts really bad. And I have to roll damage for you on this one. You pierced your leg.
It's the sunlight.
Yep.
Drow can't work in the sun.
Luckily, it's only just a minor cut. And let's see. Have you decided to descend down with rope?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. And again, the terrain was just a little bit tough, but you're able to descend down without any problem. You had to, keep your feet steady in certain areas. The rocks are very loose. The mud was very slippery, but you made it down perfectly. And Morn?
Yeah, after seeing how each of them went down and that, I also decided to go down with the rope to make sure that everything goes a bit smoothly.
Okay, and you as well. You had just a little bit of trouble because you're wearing some heavy armor. So you're walking down and you're kind of clunky. And but you made it down without any problem. So each of you are at the base of the crater, and it's very muddy. Your feet sink in maybe about half an inch into the mud. Ahead of you, you see, crates, shovels, and picks laying in front of a dark cave. It's about 7 feet high and 5 feet wide. And you see stone rubble laying around the cave as well.
Can I tell how many people were through here? Like, are there any tracks that would show that?
Yeah, from the rains, there are a lot of puddles and whatever tracks that may have been that definitely have been washed away. So there's no visible signs of that. You see about 4 crates, 4 shovels, and 4 picks.
Are these crates easy to open? Like you can open up and see if there's anything useful inside?
They are already open and they are empty.
Okay.
Yep.
No sign if you can see what were in it or what were in them.
It is big enough to hold the tools, so it seems like that's where the tools were stored in.
Okay.
Yep. There is an emblem on the crates itself, and it is the symbol of the Lord's Alliance. And I have a handout here too, just in case you need more information on Lord's Alliance. I have a handout. It should be on the very bottom.
Yeah, it's there.
Yep. So the emblem is on there. It's a crown, a backdrop of yellow and red banner.
So this looks like it could be the guy we're looking for is a little expedition.
Yes, it looks like that.
So they made it at least this far.
Do you think they're still in there?
Well, we'd already like took a little look around, did we, to look for like footprints and stuff like that? Like, would we see, like, if there's just maybe like signs of a battle or anything, would be a lot more. I'm thinking like footprints or scuff marks or things all around. But if like somebody just came here with a cart and unloaded some stuff and went inside the cave, there might not be much to show that.
Well, it looks like the rain's washed out.
Yeah,
a
now
lot
that
of
it's
it.
raining. Well,
Go ahead. I'm
we
sorry.
could, I was going to say we can probably assume for now that since this stuff is right here, that they probably got here and went inside
And
until
this,
we find evidence to suggest otherwise.
and just to show you, this is a rough little sketch. That's the slope of the crater, and you descend it down here. Minus that really steep edge there. Forget that part there. That's just bad
That
drawing.
was me. I was there.
That's you.
Yeah, I just noticed that part. I thought, oh, that's almost like a full drop.
He's like, oh
Good
shit.
job, Bob.
He's like, oh shit, tumbles down.
I mean, it's only like 15 feet. So.
Yeah, that's just a rough 15-foot drop. Yeah, and let's see. Let's draw something here. Give you a better idea of what this looks like. There are boxes, tools, and there is rubble. Um, rubble from looks like stonework. It's all broken apart. And if you had like fit it into a puzzle, if it was like a puzzle, you would swear that it was circular, like a man-made, perhaps a stone door.
Are there like glyphs or ruins or any engravings on these stones?
There are no glyphs.
Can I put it together?
You sure can.
Yay, puzzle.
There's some big pieces.
Okay, I'll put it together.
As you put the pieces of the door together, it takes a little bit of effort because it's very heavy.
Hey, cleric, mind helping me with this?
I help them sort out the pieces and that.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on the entrance to the cave.
Okay.
Like it's drawing me. I feel that the darkness inside there. I don't want to be in the sun, so I don't go in there. But people can see that I don't want to be out here anymore. But I just keep check on the entrance.
As you put the door together, there is I'm drawing a circle now. It's broken apart, of course, but let's see. Bear with me here, guys. Okay, so this is like, oops, thin. All right. You see a symbol in the middle of the assembled pieces, and it looks like this. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Do I recognize it?
It is in Elvish. It's Elvish in nature. Ancient Elvish hieroglyph.
Well, I'm Elvish. Does that have any meaning to me?
Yeah, I'm too.
Since it's an ancient Elvish, you might want to roll a history check.
Okay.
Just to recall on old ancient symbols. Oh, good rolls. Good rolls. It is revealed to you that it is a, what is it called? It is a translation. It is engraved on there as if it was like a graffiti, but usually people of the religious orders would mark off temples or anything else with religious significance, and they will mark something off as cursed if the area is cursed.
Okay. Well, oh, go ahead.
We probably tells this translated to Morn, so he knows what it means.
So somebody has used ancient Elvish to mark this area as cursed.
Yes.
It would seem that way.
Is it possible that if it was ancient Elvish, it might have been done long ago.
Yes, it looks like this has been here for a long time.
Yes.
I haven't seen this type of writing in my lifetime.
Definitely. And in your grandfather's lifetime, maybe. It's been here for about 2,000 years, based on the hieroglyph.
So since we assembled these pieces of rubble to figure this out, it's safe to assume that if anybody else went in there, they didn't know it was cursed. They just rushed in without figuring this out.
We don't know what the composition of the other party members, if they had any elves with them.
No, I know, but I mean, like, we had to go around and gather up the pieces of rubble, like, to put this together, right?
Well, who broke it in the first place?
If the others had done it, it would be lying here like we have it now, all pieced together. So because it was all scattered around, they obviously missed it.
I think it's most likely that they broke it.
Oh yeah, they could have broke it. Yeah, I never thought of that.
It might have been covering this entrance.
Yeah, and they broke it. They broke the seal.
To get in, yeah. Like you said, if they didn't have anybody who could read it, they might not have known what it meant.
Yeah.
And actually, when you were briefed by the Lion Crown, he did tell you who went out on this expedition, by the way. Jarek Fakar, who is the sage who's basically led this whole thing. An elf priest named Zealmax. A dwarf fighter, or I should say a soldier. It's kind of like a bodyguard. His name is Korban. And another elf named Toral. And he's kind of like an apprentice sage.
Okay, so a couple elves and a sage and stuff. They might have had an idea.
Yeah. Well, shall we stand here all day, or should we enter it?
Yeah, is the weather still like raining or light rain?
I would say just a very light drizzle. The sky is very dark, and it is morning time, by the way.
Okay, then at the very least, while we discuss this or figure out more what we're going to do, we can move into the entrance of the cave to get shelter from the elements.
Yeah.
Instead of standing around in the rain and that, right? Like, we're probably going to go in there anyway, so we might as well just at least get in out of the wet.
Yes.
Do I just look at the other two because I'm not sure how everybody wants to proceed. I have, like, for marching order, I have no problem going. Like, Nimrol is not wearing any armor, is he, or light armor,
Leather armor.
leather armor?
Yeah.
And Gilsayer doesn't wear armor at all, so I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm willing to go first if you guys don't mind, or I can go second or third.
Yeah,
That's
if
okay.
you wanna go first, I'll be right behind you.
Okay, so I'll because I do have the heavy armor. Probably it might help. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hopefully, if there's any traps and any poison darts shoot out, they'll clink off my armor and I won't be hurt.
Yeah. And I have dark vision 120 feet, so I even at the back of the line I can probably spot things somewhat. So I can be a good lookout.
Thanks for saying that too, because I was going to ask you that. All right, I am going to bring you all over to another map here. Ashe map. All right, you don't see yourselves just quite yet, but you will in 1 second.
Oh, it's dark in here.
And oh, the rogue's in the back.
Do we want some lights? You people in the front.
I have 60 feet of dark vision, so
Yeah, I'm gonna just what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna light a torch. I'm gonna look at either of you to see if, because I have extra torches. I don't know if you guys wanted one.
I can create dancing lights as a cantrip. So I can create up to 4 torch-sized lights that I can use bonus action to move. So I can create these torch-sized lights and make and using my bonus action to make it follow your movements.
Okay, good. That's cool.
Save
Just
your
I know that elves and some other people are good at seeing in the dark, but I'm not.
Yeah,
And I won't be very
know.
effective if I can't see where I'm going.
We know that you're not that good. GM, do you want me to cast the dancing lights like the chat?
Yeah. Go ahead and do that. I'm not too familiar with it, so a bit of phosphorus or glowworm.
No,
Okay.
sorry. I don't have. Totally forgot. I don't have those items. I don't have those materials needed. Sorry.
Oh, do you have a components, like a
No.
component pouch or a component belt or a focus?
No, I don't.
Oh,
This is a cantrip from my race. So
I would-
sorry.
No, it's okay. I would say that you prepared all these things beforehand before going out on your expedition. So I would say you have. These items on you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good.
there's three. You only need one of 3 different ones, right? You need a bit of phosphorus, or you need a bit of witchwood, or you need a glowworm.
Yes, and it doesn't consume them.
So you could probably find, witchwood you can find around.
And
Yeah.
It's not a common wood, but it's not like, only one place in the world where it grows or anything. It's just in your travels you probably gathered up a few little pieces to use for your cantrip there and there.
Yeah. Gilsar, do you also want a light around you?
I think we should keep it up ahead so we can see.
Okay. Then I'll create. Should I have one on Morn and one ahead of us? It might alert our presence more, but I can keep it 20 feet in front of us. Like create 2 lights.
Well, I simply asked that. I see that you have 4 created that dance around, right? So I just asked that you keep at least one near me because I'd like to be able to see what's going on.
Yeah, and if you keep it 20 feet ahead of Morn, he'd be able to see better because he has no dark vision, so
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
advantage to seeing would be helpful to him.
If you guys if you guys had anything where something happened and you needed to like stealthily take to the shadows or do something, you guys could still do that. And I wouldn't mind if the light stayed around me. So even if it
Yeah.
drew the attacks, I'd still be able to like see what's going on and be able to defend myself and stuff.
Then I'll keep 1 light on you, and I'm going to use 1 20 feet. No, wait, I'm going to use within 10 feet in front. Oh, 20 feet. 20
Well,
feet in
each
front
one,
of us.
you can go as far like each one just has to be within 10 feet of another one, right?
20 feet in front of another, and it is 10 feet radius light.
Okay, within 20 feet of each other. So you could string them out. You could have like one and then another one 20 feet in front of that and so on. And you can arrange them in any pattern you want as long as each one is within 20 feet of another one.
Yeah.
That's actually a pretty neat little spell, a neat little cantrip.
Yeah, 10
Then
foot
I'll create.
radius.
I'll center 1 on you, Morn, and then I keep 3 more that I can move around. And should I then ping where I want the lights
Yeah.
move to?
Yeah.